Hey, what's good, everyone? It's Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube, coming to you on Sunday, May 14th. It's Mother's Day. Call your mom, tell her that you care about her. You only get one mom in this beautiful life. We lead off talking about Tony Mitchell. In a recent article on AL.com, Tony Mitchell's attorney, Waylon Graham, and Tony Mitchell's father, Tony Mitchell Sr., tell AL.com that things are close to a legal resolution with prosecutors. Now, as you know, Tony Mitchell, who's 19 years old, was charged with the possession of marijuana and intent to sell or deliver on March 15th in the state of Florida. According to Graham, Mitchell could be eligible for a withhold of adjudication. Basically, what that means is Florida, the state of Florida, would charge Mitchell with a felony without technically convicting him of the crime. That's for first-time offenders in the state of Florida. I know the legality of it is over my head and probably over your head if you're not in the legal realm. So if you're a lawyer, inside the comment box, help us figure out exactly what the adjudication is regarding this situation. If you put things together, it looks like Mitchell could be at the University of Alabama sooner than later. And Mitchell could be enrolled in the University of Alabama Recovery Model, a program that educates members on the spiritual, psychological, and financial impacts of addiction while providing individual and family counseling, treatment planning, and drug and alcohol testing. That would mean that Alabama could be adding Tony Mitchell back to the university. Now, does this lift his suspension with Coach Saban? That is up to Coach Saban and the coaching staff. But that would mean that Tony Mitchell could get on campus and start attending the University of Alabama Recovery Model. So in terms of a timeline of when Tony Mitchell gets to Tuscaloosa, that is probably more likely than him getting just right enrolled with the football program. So Coach Saban, as you know, he's into mentoring. Coach Saban wants to help individuals not only elevate their game to get to the ultimate area what these athletes want to get, which is the NFL, but also wants to help them in terms of their personal life, right? We've heard many times Saban has a rehabilitation program, right, for coaches who did things in the off the field, and then they go to Alabama and they get back on track. We could talk about many examples. It's the same thing for the players, most importantly, the players. Being a coach is about being a mentor. So I'm not going to condone any type of felony. I'm not going to condone breaking the law. I'm just providing the facts of what is currently happening right now. And it looks like Tony Mitchell and his lawyers are going through the motions with the state of Florida. That is going to be relayed back to the University of Alabama to Coach Saban. Coach Saban will make the decision on what it means in terms of Tony Mitchell being a part of Alabama's football roster. AL.com has a full article. You can go read up on Tony Mitchell and the latest there. Again, Sunday, May 14th, Mother's Day. I'm telling you, don't forget to call mom. Go make her some food. Go be with her. Go take her to church. I'm telling you. Want to talk about Ty Simpson. There's some footage that popped up on social media. The thumb looks fine. Looks like he was throwing the football just fine. Remember, he hurt his thumb in the spring game, going head-to-head with Jalen Milroe. My biggest takeaway from that 15 seconds of footage that just recently popped up was not only does his thumb look fine, but Ty looks to have put on some good weight, right? He looks thick, if you will. Remember how much weight Alabama added to Mac Jones? Right? Didn't they have him playing at like 235 or 240? His girlfriend was like baking him cookies and stuff like that every night. I don't know what Alabama wants Ty to get up to, but he did look a little bit light in the times that we have seen him. So, adding that muscle is a positive thing right now, especially when you're not even in the month of June. Those guys are getting after it. We know it's a 3-horse race at the quarterback position. Ty Simpson, Jalen Milroe, Tyler Buckner, who's the incoming transfer from Notre Dame. Who do you think is going to be the starter come the first game? Alabama fans going crazy on that. Ty absolutely has an opportunity to run this team. He has athleticism. He has a great arm. He has that side-to-side ability that I think we're accustomed to now watching Bryce. But he also ripped off a 45-yard run. He's fast. He's a fast quarterback. So good to see Ty Simpson doing work. And good to see that footage of him throwing the football, because I think a lot of people were worried about his thumb. I don't think it was a big issue to begin with, but, you know, video and footage, it says a lot. Talking about quarterbacks, how about Jalen Hurts getting his master's degree from Oklahoma? Now Sooners fans can start to say, hey, we own Jalen Hurts too. Okay, look, he's built by Bama. But, you know, he recently got his master's from Oklahoma. I mean, Jalen, his story just keeps getting better and better, right? Most of us, you go out and sign a contract for $255 million, take the Eagles to the Super Bowl. You're still getting an education on the side. There's probably a percentage of us. But for the most part, you're like, I'm set. No, Jalen continues to add more arsenal, not only to his game, but to his mind. And remember, nobody could ever take away your education. So if you're out there and you're thinking about adding degrees, do it. Jalen Hurts, follow that model. I'm telling you, I always say this. Athletes nowadays, it's hard to find, I think, role models. But when you are looking for a role model, especially if you're a youth out there, and I tell my son, I have a 14-year-old son, I'm like, you know, I'm not perfect, but do what I do. But look for examples in the professional realm that you can model your life after. Jalen Hurts is a great example of that. Very stoic. We rewind to how he handled himself back at the University of Alabama, how he continues to handle himself, adding a master's degree in human relations from Oklahoma is a tremendous accomplishment. Congratulations, Jalen Hurts. His bachelor's is from the University of Alabama in Communication and Information Sciences. Tremendous, tremendous accomplishment, honestly. I saw some footage. It wasn't footage. It was some pictures of Houston Texans. And I have to say, Bama players look good in Houston gear, right? Not only do you have the head coach, D'Amico Ryans, who's a former alumni of the University of Alabama, right? I love that story. And you know me, I'm a 49ers fan. It hurts. Yes, it hurts to lose D'Amico Ryans as a DC, because if you knew anything about the 49ers, you know that their defense was ferocious. That was never something you had to worry about on Sundays. Never. Right? Of course, you're going to have your, you know, you're going to go against offenses that are just, I mean, it's the NFL. But for the most part, D'Amico Ryans, you know, had that defense on lock. You have Henry To'oTo'o at linebacker. You have Christian Harris at linebacker. William Anderson. Man, I cannot wait to see him in the NFL. And then John Mechie, and the story around John Mechie, right? Recovering from leukemia, coming back, running routes. I love it. Blessings on blessings. It's it makes me feel good. I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy. He's a good person. I remember watching him, covering him here at the University of Alabama. John Mechie's a good person. Honestly, these guys are, you know, doing it right. Happy to see it. Really happy to see it. So I wanted to come on real quick and talk about Tony Mitchell, Ty Simpson, Jalen Hurts, and a couple Houston Texans players that are formerly from the University of Alabama. My name is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to say it one more time. Call your mom. Tell her you love her. It's Mother's Day. Get her flowers. Treat her good. Have a great rest of your Sunday. I'll be back with another video right here on Bama Football on YouTube.